Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video we'll be solving this question which states that we have to find the sum of integers from 1 to 100 that are divisible by 2 or by 5, right? So here both the terms 2 and 5 are included, right? And one should also be careful while solving this question that the numbers 1 and 10 are also included in our calculation if they are divisible by 2 or by 5, right? So once you know this thing, so let's start with the question. So 1 is not divisible by 2 or 5, so let's leave 1. Thereafter we have 2. 2 is divisible by 2, so we'll keep that, right? Next 3 is not, 4 is there, right? Then 5 is also there because 5 is divisible by 5. 6 is all there, so that means you have to write all the even numbers here, right? And moreover you have to write all the multiples of 5, and in common the numbers which are common to both would be 10, 100, 20, 30, 40 and so on, which are multiples of 10, so they will be occurring only once, right? So basically what we have to do, we have to add all such numbers and we have to tell what is the value. Now it is a little trickier here. When you add them, what you can do, you can separate out all the even terms, so that means you can write the sum as 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10, because as such it does not form any AP or a GP, correct? So we can separate out all the even terms, which I have done in this bracket, in the first bracket here, and similarly the remaining terms. Now you see 100, 90, 80, such terms are being covered in this first part, so we will not take it here because that would give us misleading results. So we are left with all the numbers which are multiple of 5 excluding the multiples of 10. So that means 5, 15, next number would be 25, then 35 and so on up to 95. So hence you see this also forms an AP, this also forms an AP, right? So what we can do, we can calculate their sum separately and then we can add them both to get what is this total sum. So let's say what is this sum? This is S1 and this sum is S2. We are calling it by ourselves. So your S would be the sum of both of these, correct? So once you have this as your equation 1, now we can move forward to calculate what is S1 and what is S2. For calculating S1, you see for this sequence here, it forms an AP. So the first term is 2, the common difference is again 2, and the last term is known to us, which is 100. But how many such terms are present? So let's calculate it by using the formula for nth term. We know the formula for nth term, that is a plus n minus 1 times of d. So in this case a is 2, n we don't know, we have to calculate that, d is again 2, and this term, because we wanted to calculate what is the this term, right? So let's take 100 here. So once you take this 2 to the left hand side that and divide it by 2, you would have 49, and then you add 1 to it, so that you would have 50 total terms of such kind. So therefore your S1 is 50. Once you have S1, now you can formula for Sn, which I have mentioned here, that is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 times of t. So therefore 2 into a, this not here, the sum is written here, n divided by 2, 50 divided by 2, 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d, correct? So solving all these, you have 25 here, right? And then 4 here, and then 98 here, correct? So you can add them, you have 102 and then multiply by 25, you have 2550 as the value for S1. Let's call this as equation number 2. Similarly, we can calculate what is our S2. Now this also forms an AP with the first term as 5, the common difference as 10, right? And the last term is known to us, that is 95. Again in this case we do not know what is the value of n. So we can very easily compute that using the formula for the general term, the nth term, which is a plus n minus 1d. Now you know the value of a, you don't know the value of n. That is what we have to calculate. We know the value of d, which is 10. So therefore we can because we wanted to calculate how many such terms are present in this case, therefore we can substitute the last term, which is 95 here. So again simplifying this term, moving this 5 here, we have 90. 90 divided by 10 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So you have the value of n as 10. So that means we have to calculate the sum up to first and 10 terms, right? So here the formula would be 10 by 2, 2a plus 10 minus 1 times of d, right? So substituting the value of a and d as well, you can simplify the terms and you have 500 as the value for S2, correct? Now once you know the value of S1, we have calculated this to be 2550 and S2 we have calculated this to be 500. You can add them both so that you would have the answer as 3050, and this is what we wanted to calculate here. So I hope you understood this question well. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching.